to Biome. In the last video, we have discussed about our different process of the binomial nomenclature. And if you missed that video, please look into the previous video to get a complete knowledge. Now today's video, we will discuss about the classification system, what it is. So let's learn. So now you think, in around us, how many organisms are present? There are the millions and millions organisms are present. We already know that one. There are the more than 1.7 million organisms are present around us. So if there is a many organisms, that means बहुत सारा confusion तैयार होगा, कौन सा animals होगा, कौन सा plants होगा. तो now there is a need to group organism, to categorize the organism. तभी तो हम लोग को होगा. Otherwise, so many animals, so many plants, different things will come. And now there is a need of some grouping system. So due to that one, we develop a system that is the classification. So what it is? So the classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories. Very important term, convenient categories. Now what it is categories? What is the categories? That means based upon some morphological features, how they looks like, based upon some observable features, observable, okay? Observable features, okay? So that means we have to group the organism into convenient category based on some observable characters. Observable character means those characters are very easily seen from outside, okay? Means external characters. Based upon the external characters, we have to group the organism into particular convenient categories. Now, a category kya hai? So here the categories. Suppose you think about any organism. Think about mammals. So mammals. So if you think about the mammals, so something first comes in our mind. Oh, that means the mammal means there will be presence of some external pinna will be there, body will be covered with the hair. So it comes first click in our mind. So it's a categories. So we think about the wheat. Okay, the wheat means it's a plant. Okay, it can't move. Correct. They can do photosynthesis. The first thing comes in our mind, and it is a foremost important thing. It gives us grain, cereal. So wheat is also category. Think about the cat. Okay. So if you think about the cat, dog, so some external features comes in our mind. So based upon that, we have to group the organism. Okay. And each one, that your mammal, wheat, cat, dog, each one is represent a one category. Correct? Now based upon that, another thing is there, that is taxa. So what is a taxa? The taxa is a scientific term for categories. So what it is? Taxa is a scientific term for categories. That means both categories and taxa is same. Yes, correct. So that means the categories is a taxa and taxa is also categories. That means the mammal is also category, and same way the mammal is also taxa. So what is the basic difference between the categories and the taxa? So basic difference is that the categories is man-made, okay, but here the taxa is scientific. Categories is man-made and the taxa is scientific. So common examples, if you think about the mammals is also a taxa and mammal is also category. Correct? That means the categories are taxa and same way the taxa are also category. Basic difference is that the taxa is scientific, but जहाँ पे तुम लोग देखो जो categories है ये scientific नहीं है, that is man-made. Clear? So next move into the taxonomy. Now taxonomy. So many organisms are present around us. So first of all things, we have to group them. Correct? We have to group them. And this grouping system, the process of classification, is actually called as taxonomy. If we call to the taxonomy, then what will happen? So the taxonomy means it's based on characteristics. All living organisms can be classified into different taxa. That is called as your taxonomy. Okay, and this process of classification is called as taxonomy. Okay, once again, based on characteristics features, outside observable features. All living organisms can be classified into different taxa, and this process of classification is called as taxonomy. Got it? Now, what will be the basis, or what are the basis of the taxonomy? The basis of the taxonomy is characterization, identification, classification, and the nomenclature. So let's revise those points. So the characterization. So the outside features we have to consider. The external characteristics features of the organisms we have to consider. And based upon that one, we have to identify the organism. What it is. It is a mammal, it is a wheat, it is a cat, it is a dog. Based upon that one, we have to identify that particular organism. And based upon that, we have to classify the organism. And depend on that, we have to give a name of the particular organism. So these are the basis of the taxonomy. Now here the taxonomy word, it is not a very new word, or it's not that much of a new word. Okay, why? Because from ancient onwards only, either knowingly, either unknowingly, we are using the taxonomical system. Why and how? In ancient time, generally we used organisms for different purposes. We used cow for what? For milk only. We used horse for what? For transportation. We used bull for what? For agricultural practices. So we used organisms for the different practices, and based upon that we separate the organisms. Okay, like common examples, suppose the cow हम लोग को दूध देता है, so that means the milk giving animal is cow, separate them. Same way the horse, we are using them for transportation, so for transportation horse use, horse separated for transportation. Same way the bull, we are using them for agriculture practices, so same way for drought, for agriculture, bull is separated. That means that based upon the uses of the organism, we have to separate. On that time we separate the organisms, and that is the part of the ancient taxonomy. So the ancient taxonomy means the uses of the various organisms. So this taxonomy, what was the basis of this taxonomy? This basis of the taxonomy was the uses of the various organism. Okay, हम लोग organisms को कैसे use करते हैं, और उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करके हम लोग organism को separate करेंगे. Okay, that was the basis of the ancient taxonomy. But nowadays we are not doing like that. We are doing modern taxonomy. So what are the basis of the modern taxonomy? In the modern taxonomy, we are not separating the organisms, or we are not grouping the organisms based upon the uses. Now here we are grouping the organism based upon external feature, internal feature, structure of the cell, developmental process, and the ecological process. Okay, that means external features, outside features, then internal features, then what is the different structure of the cell or the particular different organism, what will be the developmental process of that particular organism, and what will be the ecological status of that particular organism. It means what is the role of that particular organism in ecosystem. Based upon that one, we are separating the organisms, or we are grouping the organisms, and now this is the basis of the modern taxonomy. So let's move into the last topic, that is the systematics. So what is the systematics? So the systematics, if we tell something, comes in our mind system, correct? That means the systematic means the systematic arrangement of the organism based on evolutionary relationship between the organism. क्या डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है? नथिंग, कोई डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, बहुत इजी है, अच्छे से समझ लेते हैं इसको. अब सोचो, जो एनिमल्स हम लोग ले लेते हैं, थिंक अबाउट द रेप्टाइल. So the later reptile evolved into birds. How? Directly? No, definitely not. So in between the reptile and a bird or a fish, there was one organism. Generally we call them as connecting link, Archaeopteryx. That Archaeopteryx had both character, the reptilian character also, avian character also. That means on evolutionary aspect, the fish or bird came from the reptile. Correct? So here the systematics enable us to study the relationship between the different organism. Okay, ये सिस्टमेटिक्स हम लोग को क्या करता है, हेल्प करता है दो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के बीच में इवोल्यूशनरी सिमिलैरिटीज क्या है उसको स्टडी करने में हम लोग को मदद करता है. लाइक कॉमन एग्जांपल्स, वी नो दैट वन, द रेप्टिलियन आउट एक्सटर्नल बॉडी स्किन, इट इज कवर्ड विथ ड्राई स्किन और ड्राई स्केल. करेक्ट. थिंक what I told already, the bird came from the reptile. That means bird की body में भी कुछ reptilian character होगा. So what are the reptilian character in the bird? Check into the legs of the bird. There also you will get the presence of the scale. That means it depicts us or it helps us to find out the similarity between the reptilia and the aves. So the systematics means the evolutionary relationship between the organisms. दो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के बीच में क्या सिमिलैरिटी है, ओके, ऑन इवोल्यूशनरी एस्पेक्ट, दैट इज सिस्टमेटिक्स. एंड नाउ दिस सिस्टमेटिक्स वर्ड इट्स केम फ्रॉम वन लैटिन वर्ड, दैट लैटिन वर्ड इज सिस्टेमा. द सिस्टेमा इज अ लैटिन वर्ड एंड दिस लैटिन वर्ड एक्चुअली रिप्रेजेंट द सिस्टमेटिक अरेंजमेंट. ओके. Now we also know that one, the Carolus Linnaeus published his book and name of the book was the Systema Naturae. Systema Naturae. That was the first book given, or first book it was published by the Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, so today's video up to this much. In the next video we will discuss about the taxonomical categories. Okay, and if you have any questions, please don't forget to write in the comment box. I will try to give the answer of those questions. Till then, thank you and bye.